Selamat pagi everybody from Kuala Lumpur International Airport's Terminal 1. My name is Hugo and today I'm going to be taking a flight aboard one of Malaysia Airlines 737s from here at their hub in Kuala Lumpur down to Singapore. So come along and let's see what the economy class experience on this flight is like. I did just take the train to get here, so I could have done check-in at the station, but I decided I'd just do it here to give it a go. I did online check-in, I think, though it confused me a bit since I booked through Qantas as a multi-city booking. But my seat selection seems to have worked. Check-in for business class and eligible frequent flyers, including One World Sapphire, which I have, is actually in a separate area to economy it seems. It feels more premium, it's quite cool to see. It was pretty quiet, and even though I did do online check-in, it still seemed like a quick check-in experience. The friendly staff said it was a full flight. There's special security lanes here for those eligible. Security and immigration, not full body and baggage scanning because that's at the gate, was pretty quick even though I had to go to a counter. If I was able to go through the automated gates it would have been super quick. Now airside, with One World Sapphire status, you have access to Malaysia Airlines Golden Lounge. They have their regional one here in the main Terminal 1 building, and they have their flagship one in the Satellite Lounge, which I've covered on the channel before. But I haven't covered the regional lounge, so let's go and take a look at that thanks to my One World Sapphire status. The lounge definitely has similarities to the Satellite one, which isn't surprising. It's not quite as exciting of a space, but it's still a nice and open area. It has a nap space, which is good for a regional lounge, bathrooms, showers, a bar, barista coffee, prepared to order noodles and pasta, and a solid buffet selection. I had a nice chocolate, which was nice, and a mocktail fizzy honey lemon or something, which was also nice. I also tried the miso udon noodles, which were great. The lounge wasn't too busy and there was a decent amount of seating. Overall, for a regional lounge, I think it's fantastic. Now please allow me to tell you a little bit about Malaysia Airlines history. Or if you're not interested, feel free to skip to the next chapter. Malaysia Airlines history goes back to when Malayan Airways was founded in Singapore and commenced operations in 1947. With the formation of Malaysia as an independent country, Malayan Airways became Malaysian Airways in 1963. And after the separation of Singapore from Malaysia in 1965, in 1966 its name was changed to Malaysia Singapore Airlines before it was split into two airlines in 1972, forming Malaysian Airline System, now Malaysia Airlines, and Singapore Airlines. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Malaysia Airlines was considered one of the best airlines in the world. It had a modern fleet and at one point even flew to every continent, except Antarctica. Things started to go downhill with the arrival of low-cost carriers in the early 2000s and management issues among other reasons. Then with the two tragic crashes that occurred in 2014, Malaysia Airlines' reputation was damaged further and caused it to retire its entire Boeing 777 fleet. Things now seem to be looking up for Malaysia Airlines with the recent arrival of the Airbus A330neos, which offer a great competitive product. And according to Brand Finance, Malaysia Airlines is the fastest growing airline brand in 2025. Now let's head to the gate. As previously mentioned, here at Terminal 1 at KLIA, baggage and body screening is done at the gate. There's my ride to Singapore. 9 Mike X-Ray Lima is a 2012 built Boeing 737-8H6 which was delivered new to Malaysia Airlines. The boarding time was 12:45, so the time on the boarding pass, which I think was 12:25, is I guess the time that they want you at the gate. So it seems like they use the same gate lounge area for domestic and international flights from this main building. Makes sense. Boarding is done by groups and started 15 minutes late or so.
Hi, welcome aboard. Come this way, yeah? Everyone has good afternoon, sir.
Welcome on board one of Malaysia Airlines 737-800s with the newest cabin, featuring 12 Safran 600 recliner seats in a 2-2 configuration in business class, followed by 162 Safran 110i slimline seats in economy in a 3-3 configuration. My seat for this flight will be 5F. Now let's take a quick look at the seat features. Legroom is solid, I believe it's about 30 inches. There's a standard seat back pocket which contains a sick bag, and also a standard tray table which you can adjust back and forth but you can't fold it. Then just there's a relatively fast charging USB-A and USB-C port. Here's a device holder. And just up here there's a literature compartment. The seats don't feature adjustable headrests, but there is some recline.
Tuan-tuan, puan-puan dan adik-adik sekalian, sila simpan ada di ruang simpanan di atas. Laluan kecemasan serta di ruang hadapan maritan terdapat tempat duduk.
I thought it was going to be a full flight, but I'm not complaining.
Ini membolehkan anda memantau barangan anda setiap masa dan sekaligus menyediakan ruang simpanan di atas lebih luas untuk barangan yang lebih besar. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please store your belongings in the overhead compartment. Or keep small item under the seat in front of you. Under the seat. Clear reach dan runway yang dihormati. Saya Boya dan Ketua Panggra Penerbangan. Selamat datang ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. A very warm welcome to our estimate reach and one welcome to fire members. I'm Boya, your leading steward. The commander of this flight is Captain Nasri Saleh. And our flight time to Singapore is 50 minutes. Pause if you need assistance and enjoy our nation hospitality.
It's now time for pushback, about 1 minute behind schedule.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now demonstrate the use of the safety equipment carried on this aircraft. Please give your attention to the crew at the front of your cabin. This is your seat belt. To fasten, insert the metal link into the buckle and tighten the belt by pulling on the buckle strap. To unfasten the seat belt, lift the metal flap. Should the cabin pressure become low, an oxygen mask like this will appear from the compartment above you. Immediately pull the mask towards you. You must remove your face mask and then place the oxygen mask over your nose and mouth with the headband tightly around your head and breathe normally. You must place the mask on yourself before attending to those under your care.
Pushback was done using, it seems, remote-controlled pushback trucks. That's cool, I don't think I've seen them before.
Seat is in the upright position.
If you're enjoying this video so far and you'd like to see more like it, then please consider liking and subscribing, as it would help me and the channel out so much and would be very much appreciated. If you don't want to though, that's completely okay.
From the flight deck, my name is Nazri Saleh, alongside of me, the second officer Amir Farhan, on behalf of the Malaysia Airlines, the rest of the cabin crew, headed by Mr. Boeing. Welcome aboard on our flight this afternoon, name is 623-77-801 to Singapore. We are in process of taxiing the aeroplane to a active runway. Should be able to get aboard within less than 3 minutes, I would say. And I trust all you've seen it confirmed in the cabin. Flight time to Singapore is approximately 50 minutes. The weather is looking slightly cloudy. Do take note of the seatbelt sign. Ensure it's fastened whenever you get seated. Let's hopefully get going soon enough. In the meantime, do sit back, relax, and enjoy your Malaysian hospitality. Thank you.
It's now time for takeoff on runway 32 left. Now that we're in the air, let's take a quick look at the Going Places magazine. I quite like it. It's nice that it's separated from duty free because I'm not really interested in that personally.
Minuman panas tidak akan disajikan dan bayar dalam dikeluarkan air bensin dan bayi. Sebalik pakaikan tali glider dengan tanda syar tersebut di kandungan. Ketahui semua ciri-ciri platform sistem virus kami yang dikenali sebagai MH Studio. Sila rujuk melekat di hadapan sebalik. Anda untuk mendapatkan bantuan mengakses platform MH Studio. Makanan ringan akan dihidangkan sebentar lagi.
As I'd expected, the in-flight service was a bottle of water, a packet of peanuts and a snack, which was banana bread again. I say again because when I flew the other way earlier this year, I was given the same food. I wonder if there's any other snacks which they offer on this route. The banana bread was pretty tasty, as were the peanuts. As I've said before, I think it's decent for such a short flight, but not outstanding. The service didn't take long and rubbish collection was done afterwards. Malaysia Airlines 737-800s do offer streaming entertainment, but no Wi-Fi for browsing. The streaming entertainment looks to be similar to last time, but there might be some new additions. So it's good for a short flight, but also nothing outstanding.
Currently descending for Changi Airport. Singapore is reported to be a bit cloudy with mixture of 21 Celsius. Our expected arrival time is at 2:45 this evening. On behalf of the rest of the crew, thank you for choosing to fly with Malaysia Airlines. We wish you a pleasant day again in Singapore and safety even onward connection. Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for arrival.
Dari ruang simpanan di atas.
We seem to be in a bit of a holding pattern, which is going to result in a flight time of over an hour, which isn't that common for this route. As we're descending into Singapore, please allow me to conclude this flight with Malaysia Airlines. Check-in in KL, because I was able to use the business class area, was great, very quick. The regional Golden Lounge was fantastic for what it is. Boarding was a bit late, so there was a bit of waiting around since I got to the gate not too long after the time my boarding pass said. But it was pretty chill and a good process once it got going, at least for me with priority.
Expecting only to be arriving at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But not to worry, the weather is still looking good. And they're looking at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and once again, we are from Malaysia Airlines. Thank you for being with us. Thank you.
The seat's good for a short flight, with the faster charging USB ports being nice. But as I've said in the past, it's not the most comfortable, so I wouldn't love it for a longer flight, but for this it's fine.
Put your seat back upright and fasten the seatbelt. Secure tray table, footrest, and please ensure window shades are drawn up.
The entertainment in the form of streaming entertainment and the magazine is also good for this short flight. Same goes for the in-flight service. So overall, a great experience with Malaysia Airlines, but nothing incredible. The lounge was fantastic and airport experience was good. The in-flight experience was good, and it seems like we probably would have been pretty much on time if we didn't have to go into a holding pattern. Because I have One World Sapphire status, I would pick Malaysia Airlines again on this route in a scenario like this. But if AirAsia was a fair bit cheaper, I'd be happy to do that too. We'll soon pull into the gate about 31 minutes behind schedule, but for now please enjoy the rest of the approach and landing on Singapore Changi International Airport's runway 20 right.
Tuan-tuan, puan-puan dan adik-adik sekalian, selamat datang ke lapangan terbang Singapore Changi. Sila badan padu anda dan pasangkan tali geledah sehingga tanah syak tersebut dipadamkan. Terima kasih kerana terbang bersama Malaysia Airlines yang juga ahli One World, dan kami berharap anda telah menikmati layanan Malaysia Hospitality kami. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Singapore Airport, Changi. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. Be careful when opening the gate for the overhead compartment, and remember to take all your belongings with you. It's been our pleasure serving you. Thank you for flying Malaysia Airlines, member One World Alliance, and we hope you have enjoyed our Malaysian hospitality. Para penumpang yang telah silakan tali geledah serta jaket keselamatan bayi. Diminta meninggalkan barang tersebut di dalam saku tempat duduk anda.
I'd like to take this time to thank you all so much for watching this video. I'd also like to thank all of my incredible Patreons for helping to make these videos possible. Their support is truly so much appreciated, and I couldn't do what I do without them, so thank you so much to them. Terima kasih. Terima kasih. Once again, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my next trip report next Saturday at 5 PM Melbourne time.